Thanks for all your comments on this video series about repairing a spark plug hole. I got one comment that I want to follow up on, and it's by Caratini Garage. And he said, can you do the procedure with grease, but with just one pass so that we can see how much shavings get in? In other words, I've been advocating that it's the multiple repetitive passes that keep the shavings out. And he's basically saying what I'd like to see is using the same tool, grease it up, and just want to make one pass all the way through. So let's do that and see what happens. Now on this head, I happen to still have it set up and I've got one hole that's not been drilled yet. So we're going to grease this up and go all the way through in one pass and compare the difference. So I've got my empty plastic bucket and I've got it all cleaned out again so there's nothing in it, and we're going to put it down below this hole before we drill. So the first thing I'm going to do is apply the grease to our tool. I'm going to put it on fairly liberally, get it in the channels. Make sure we've got enough around there. Now we've got plenty of grease in the channels and on the threads. Now it's time to put it down the hole and get started. Now this time we're going to drill out this second hole. It's the original hole. It's never been drilled out. The spark plug did not blow out. So I'm going to move my camera up close. Now we can watch it. So there's our clean catch pan underneath. And let's zoom in and start drilling. Now you can see the tool starting to cut. We're going to go all the way through. Now we've cut all the way through, and as far as cutting threads go, we're okay. You see that grease has caught a lot of those shavings, but you did see some fall into the pan. But now the problem is we have to back this out, and that's when all those shavings now are going to end up in that pan. So as we back this out, now when I bring my tool around front, you can see that the grease has caught a lot of those shavings and they're still on the tool. So these shavings did not go down into the cylinder head, but how many did? Let's look at our pan. So our pan has caught everything that went through. Now I'm going to bring my camera and look this way, that way the shavings will stay spread out in that pan instead of sliding all the way down. Now there's our pan, and as you can see, there's still quite a few shavings that could have fallen down into the cylinder head. When I shake this around, you can see that there's quite a few of them that are loose, and they'll actually gather down in the end. But we've got quite a few now that are covered in grease, and those will stick inside the cylinder. I wanted to thank Caratini Garage for bringing this up and requesting this video, because we all needed to know how it would be if we greased up our tool and made one pass to cut through the spark plug hole. How many shavings would end up in the cylinder? And now we know it's the multiple repetitive passes, cleaning off the tool in between each pass, that gives us the best chance of eliminating shavings going into the cylinder.